All right, 7:14. And an accident westbound 80 at Winters Street. Still a crash southbound 5 in the downtown Q Street. And a disabled vehicle westbound I-80 in Roseville, Douglas Boulevard. And a crash 53rd Avenue at Steiner Drive. Traffic brought to you by ZeroResSacramento.com. Here now is Dan. What's up, Dan?
Well, Sean, as we've heard for the last year or so from Democrats, if President Trump gets elected, democracy comes to an end.
Yeah.
Well, but here's the thing, though. Democracy spoke loud and clear this past election year that they didn't want Democrat policies. They voted for Donald Trump in large measure. I suspect far more than the numbers are actually revealed. But still, that's democracy. You guys lost. We won. And so our policies are put in. And anyone standing in the way of that, such as this ever-growing amount of people, and some of these are elected politicians, some of these are law enforcement, if they're standing in the way of immigration deportation, you're standing against the law, and you should be arrested. You can't do that. Again, the voters have spoken. That's the law. This is how it works. You don't like it, too bad. So what I don't like is this number is growing of people who are protesting and literally standing in the way of law enforcement of kicking out these criminals. They are criminals. I'm hoping President Trump, and I'm certain he will. He's a pretty smart man. He'll figure it out regarding what to do with these people. But this can't continue.
No, you're absolutely right. But I'm glad that you weren't my parent, because you are tough. I'll tell you what, you are going to enforce the law.
Oh, absolutely. There's reasons why you have law. You have to have order, and I don't want to lecture you guys as to why we have the law. We all understand that. But again, this resistance, and it's starting from the media, by the way. And I've told you the media is the greatest enemy we have right now, and they need to be slapped often. And check out what was Dan mentioned. The show on Sundays for CBS, the name escapes me.
Meet the Press?
But Margaret Brennan, yeah, I mean, she's one of the biggest shills you can possibly imagine, and I'm glad that the Vice President handled her the way she did. Let me switch to another subject.
That was a hell of a performance.
It was a great, and there'll be more of those. There'll be more of those performances.
They picked the right guy for that job.
Yeah, well, you and I questioned him, but hey, in the end,
I didn't like it at first.
Yeah, I didn't think it at first, but hey, he's one of those guys. He's a sleeper pick. You picked him up for $1, and now he's batting .350. So that's how I'm going to analyze that. I
like the baseball reference, Dan. Good job.
I'm patting myself on the back right now. That's that sound you hear. Okay, one other thing that bugs me, and has bugged me for a long time. I'm hoping President Trump he deals with the UAW and that little putz, that little retarded whatever he is, Fain, I think his name is, because the truck market for the longest time has been a symbol of strength especially for men. A full-size truck. If you had a truck, you were a man, and you drove, and you did truck things, and as they say,
you did manly work.
Not anymore. Now it's been feminized by three of the automakers' presidents, Ford, Dodge, and Chevy, and also the environmental movement. They are replacing the famous V8 engine, with little four-cylinder, maybe two-cylinder for all I know, wimpy little trucks and they're like it has this little Ford Maverick. Ford Maverick is not a truck. It's a little passenger car with a tiny little carrier space in the back.
Well, it's an EV too, right?
What's that?
Maverick is an EV, right?
It can be, but these are like little four-cylinder trucks. Right. But that's not a replacement. That's not a truck. Come on. I mean, if this goes away, this is very bad for the car market. This is why the car market is suffering. And as a man, I like my full-size truck.
I love our full-size V8 pickup. I will never get rid of it. Never.
Neither will I. You got to pry from my cold dead fingers.
God, turbos are disaster. I'm sorry. Oh, they are.
They got a four-cylinder in a full-size truck Chevy, double turbo, and it's like that'll last about a year.
Yeah, they're just not reliable, and you can't have that with the truck. So, you know. So, thank you, Dan.
Thanks, bud.
A fine American, indeed.
Lousy Mexican.
7:19.